Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we are diving into a deeply emotional story. In this video, we'll explore the heartbreaking loss experienced by Jason and Maddie Duggar, the beloved couple from the Duggar family. The family, known for their appearances on TLC's Counting On, has faced many ups and downs over the years, but recently, they've been dealt an unimaginable loss. Stay with us as we discuss the events leading up to this difficult time, the impact it has had on the Duggar family, and how they've been coping with such a tragedy. Jason Duggar, the youngest son of Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar, and his wife Maddie have always been a fan-favorite couple from the Duggar family. Their love story, like many others in the family, has been chronicled on the show, with the couple's relationship growing into something truly special. But in recent months, their lives have been shaken to the core. The Duggar family became household names with the TLC series 19 Kids and Counting. This reality show offered a glimpse into the daily lives of Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar, along with their 19 children. The family quickly garnered attention for their strict religious beliefs, commitment to homeschooling, and their unique approach to life. The Duggars were known for their deeply rooted Christian values, conservative lifestyle, and their belief in large families. Jason Duggar, one of the younger children, grew up in front of the cameras. As a child, he was often seen helping with the family's farming activities, taking on a number of responsibilities within the household, and appearing alongside his siblings in various family events. Jason's role in the Duggar family was always that of a supportive, hard-working son. It wasn't long before Jason began to carve out his own path. Jason's life took a significant turn when he met Maddie. The couple's love story played out in front of fans, and like many of the Duggar relationships, theirs was rooted in a foundation of faith. Jason and Maddie were introduced to the world of Counting On as a couple, quickly becoming one of the show's most beloved duos. Though they had known each other for a while, Jason and Maddie's relationship blossomed into something beautiful. They kept things traditional, with the courtship leading to an engagement, and ultimately, a marriage filled with promises of a shared future. Their union was celebrated by fans who had watched Jason grow up and were excited to see him start his own family. Just a few years ago, Maddie and Jason announced that they were expecting their first child. Fans couldn't have been more excited for the couple. The news brought immense joy, not just to the Duggar family, but to the many followers who had grown attached to Jason and Maddie throughout their journey. The couple shared their joy with fans, and there was a general sense of hopefulness as they prepared to welcome a new member to the Duggar family. However, just as their happiness was reaching its peak, the Duggar family was struck by a sudden and unimaginable loss. In a devastating turn of events, Jason and Maddie suffered the heartbreaking loss of their child during pregnancy. The news sent shockwaves through the Duggar family and the public. Jason and Maddie, who had been overjoyed at the thought of becoming parents, suddenly faced the deepest sorrow a parent could endure. The miscarriage was a devastating blow to the couple, and it wasn't long before they shared their grief with their fans. The loss was felt not only by Jason and Maddie, but by the entire Duggar family. Jim Bob and Michelle, who had already experienced their own trials and tribulations as parents, were deeply moved by the pain their son and daughter-in-law were enduring. As a family, they rallied around the couple, offering support, love, and prayers during their most difficult time. In the wake of their loss, Jason and Maddie took to social media to express their sorrow and thank their supporters for their kindness. Their heartfelt statement was one of profound grief, but also a recognition of the strength they had found through their faith. It's been the hardest thing we've ever gone through, but we know that God has a plan for us, and we are trusting Him in this time of grief. We appreciate all the prayers and kind words from our family, friends, and supporters. Our hearts are broken, but we are finding strength in each other and in our faith. We just ask for continued prayers as we navigate this heartbreaking chapter of our lives. The response from the Duggar family was heartfelt. From Michelle and Jim Bob To the extended family, everyone expressed their sorrow over the couple's loss. Fans of the show also poured out their support, offering words of comfort, sympathy, and prayers. The Duggars have always been open about their faith, and in times like this, their religious beliefs have been a source of strength for them. For Jason and Maddie, navigating the grief of their loss in the public eye has been a complex and challenging journey. Being part of a family with such a public profile means that every moment, including the most private moments of sorrow, are often shared with millions of viewers and fans. This, of course, adds another layer of complexity to their grieving process. As Jason and Maddie continue to heal, they have taken time away from the public eye to grieve privately. While the road ahead will undoubtedly be difficult, their faith and their love for one another remain strong. Their healing process may take time, but they have shown resilience in the face of such a painful loss. In times of grief, community support can make all the difference. Jason and Maddie have expressed gratitude for the messages of love and encouragement they've received. For many, the Duggars represent a symbol of family values, and it's clear that their community of supporters is ready to stand by them during this incredibly tough time. While Jason and Maddie's loss is undoubtedly one of the most heartbreaking moments in their lives, it is clear that they are surrounded by love, faith, and an incredible support system. The Duggar family will undoubtedly continue to face challenges, but their strength, resilience, and unwavering faith will help them move forward. Jill Dillard isn't the only Duggar to distance herself from the family's reality TV fame, and how this shift might be a sign of change for more of the Duggar siblings. For years, the Duggars were known for their reality show, 19 Kids and Counting, and later, Counting On, which showcased their extremely conservative, large family lifestyle. But recently, some of the family members have made waves by stepping away from the spotlight, distancing themselves from the family's brand, and even taking different paths in their personal lives. So today, we're going to break it all down: why Jill Dillard made her choice, who else in the family has followed a similar path, and what all of this means for the future of the Duggar family's public image. Let's get into it. To understand why some Duggar family members have chosen to distance themselves from the spotlight, we need to take a step back and look at the family's rise to fame. The Duggars first gained national attention with their TLC reality show, 19 Kids and Counting, which premiered in 2008. The show featured Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar, along with their 19 children, living in Springdale, Arkansas. It wasn't just the sheer size of their family that made the Duggars unique. It was also their conservative Christian beliefs and strict lifestyle, which focused on homeschooling, courtship, modesty, and a firm opposition to birth control. Viewers were fascinated by the Duggars' daily life and how they managed to raise such a large family with what seemed like an impossibly tight-knit structure. The show portrayed the family as the epitome of wholesome Christian values, and it was a hit with audiences who were curious about how the Duggars managed to balance their faith, family, and home life. But while many viewers admired their seemingly perfect world, cracks began to show as the years went on. Despite the family's wholesome image, the Duggar brand was soon tarnished by a series of scandals that began to unravel their public persona. In 2015, the Duggars faced intense scrutiny when it was revealed that Josh Duggar, the eldest son, had molested several of his younger sisters during his teenage years. The revelation rocked the Duggar family and led to the cancellation of 19 Kids and Counting. While Josh's actions were deeply disturbing, the way the family responded to the situation also sparked a lot of public debate. Instead of seeking outside help, the Duggars chose to handle the matter privately, which, for many, only added to the sense of a cover-up. This scandal marked a turning point for the Duggars. The family's image had been built on a foundation of trust and morality, but now it seemed that the very values they portrayed were in question. But for some family members, the fall from grace wasn't just about the scandal, it was about what came next. Jill Dillard, the second oldest Duggar daughter, has long been a public figure in the Duggar family, especially after marrying her husband, Derek Dillard, in 2014. Unlike many of her siblings, Jill was open about her struggles with her family's public image. Jill's decision to distance herself from the family's reality TV brand started in 2017, when she and her husband Derek announced they would no longer be appearing on Counting On. The couple cited a desire to live a more private life, but it was clear that tensions were rising behind the scenes. Jill's departure from the spotlight was followed by a shift in her social media presence. She began to speak more openly about her experiences growing up in the Duggar household, particularly the ways in which her family's strict rules and expectations affected her personal life. Jill even started sharing her own perspectives on faith, which were at times more progressive than the views her family had publicly supported. For many, Jill's departure from the public eye was a major sign that not all of the Duggar children were on the same page when it came to their family's public image. But Jill isn't the only one who has taken steps to distance herself from the Duggar brand. While Jill Dillard may be the most outspoken Duggar in terms of stepping away from the family's fame, she's not the only one. Other siblings have also taken a step back, though their reasons and ways of doing so differ. One notable example is Duggar Vuolo, who has made significant changes since her marriage to Jeremy Vuolo in 2016. While Duggar initially followed many of the family's strict guidelines, her relationship with Jeremy, who has a more liberal outlook, seemed to spark a shift in her personal views. Duggar and Jeremy moved to Los Angeles, a far cry from the small-town Arkansas lifestyle she grew up with. She's been more open about her beliefs, even expressing support for women having the freedom to dress and live as they see fit. Duggar has also distanced herself from some of her family's more controversial teachings. Another Duggar who has distanced himself from the family's public image is Joseph Duggar. While Joseph and his wife Kendra have remained on the family's reality TV show for a while, Joseph has become less involved in the family's business and more focused on his own career and family life. Joseph's actions suggest that, while he's still part of the family, he's more independent and not as invested in maintaining the Duggar family's public profile as others. While these siblings are the most high-profile examples, there are undoubtedly other Duggar children who, behind closed doors, have chosen to step away from the family's fame. For many, the pressures of living a life under constant public scrutiny have proven to be too much. So, why are so many Duggar children distancing themselves from the family's reality TV legacy? There are a few key reasons that seem to be at the heart of these decisions. First and foremost, it's clear that the Duggars' lifestyle, built on strict religious principles and an emphasis on public image, is incredibly demanding. The pressure to live up to these standards can be overwhelming, especially when you have to balance your personal beliefs and desires with what's expected of you by your family and the public. Additionally, the scandals and controversies surrounding the family, especially the abuse allegations against Josh Duggar, have made it harder for some family members to continue to align themselves with the Duggar brand. Many siblings may feel conflicted about being associated with a legacy that has been so publicly marred. Finally, the shift in the Duggar family's public image could simply reflect the natural growing pains of a family that's gone through a lot of changes over the years. As the younger Duggar children grow up and begin to form their own opinions, they may find that their values and desires no longer align with the way their family has chosen to present itself to the world. As more and more Duggar children distance themselves from the family's reality TV past, many are left wondering, what does the future hold for the Duggars? Will the family continue to be in the public eye, or will they fade into the background? The future is uncertain, but one thing is clear: the Duggar family's legacy is shifting. As more siblings take a step back from the spotlight, it's likely that the family's public image will continue to evolve. Whether or not we'll see new Duggar-led shows or public appearances remains to be seen, but for now, it's clear that the days of the Duggars dominating reality TV are behind them. What do you think about the Duggars distancing themselves from their reality TV fame? Shiny happy people, Duggar family secrets. Then you know there's been a lot of buzz around season 2 of the show. But here's the burning question. Are the Duggars trying to distract from all the attention surrounding Shiny Happy People season 2? Well, today, we're going to break it all down. Grab your popcorn, because this is going to be a wild ride. First, let's take a quick refresher on who the Duggars are, just in case you've been living under a rock. The Duggars became famous for their TLC show, 19 Kids and Counting, which followed the lives of Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar and their 19 children. The family became known for their strict Christian values, modest lifestyle, and large family. But what the public didn't know for years were the dark secrets lurking beneath the surface. Enter Shiny Happy People, Duggar Family Secrets, the explosive docuseries on Prime Video that aired in 2023. The show took a deep dive into the Duggar family's rise to fame, their ties to the Institute in Basic Life Principles, and the scandal that rocked the family, especially when Josh Duggar's criminal activities were exposed. Season 1 of the show shed light on some pretty heavy stuff, like the way the Duggars' strict upbringing affected their children and how the IBLP influenced their belief system. It was eye-opening, to say the least. And now, here we are, on the verge of Season 2. Season 2 of Shiny Happy People has been highly anticipated, and for good reason. In case you missed it, the first season left many questions unanswered, and fans are eagerly awaiting more details on the Duggar family's connections to controversial religious groups and the personal toll it's taken on the children involved. But here's the twist. Just as the spotlight on the Duggars is about to shine even brighter, some new events are making headlines, and they may just be a distraction. Now, we're not saying that the Duggars are behind the distractions, but there's definitely some timing that raises questions. We'll get into that in just a bit. Over the past few months, the Duggar family has been very active on social media. While we've all seen the occasional posts from the Duggar children, including Jill, Jessa, and Jinger, who've distanced themselves from their parents, there's been a noticeable uptick in content shared by the Duggar family's official social media accounts. Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar, who have kept a relatively low profile since the scandals involving their son Josh, have started appearing in public more often. They've posted family pictures, shared glimpses of their lives, and even participated in interviews. But here's the thing, just as Season 2 of Shiny Happy People is about to release, we're seeing more and more of these posts. Could this be an attempt to change the narrative? It's no secret that the Duggar family is savvy when it comes to managing their public image. Over the years, they've carefully crafted their brand and image, using their faith and family values to connect with their audience. They've also been quick to control their narrative, especially when negative press surfaces. In recent months, we've seen more and more of the Duggars posting about their family life, about how they're still living their faith, and about how they're still close-knit despite the scandals. But of course, there are also new faces in the Duggar spotlight. Jill and Jessa have been particularly vocal about their experiences growing up in the family, which has caused some tension with their parents. So, could all of this family posting be a deliberate attempt to distract from the growing conversation surrounding Season 2 of Shiny Happy People? We have to wonder. Here's where things get interesting. Let's talk timing. Season 2 of Shiny Happy People is about to drop, and we know from the first season's success that it's going to stir up more controversy. As the Duggars' connection to IBLP and their personal struggles become more public, we're seeing the family's online presence increase at a curious time. Could this be an attempt to divert the attention away from the series and back to their wholesome family values? It certainly seems suspicious. Let's not forget that the Duggars have a long history of controlling their image. Whether it's Jim Bob running for political office or the family using their platform for various business ventures, they've always known how to make themselves the center of attention. But with all the focus on the family scandals and religious ties, it seems like the timing of these posts could be a strategic move. Now, let's not forget the Duggar children who've spoken out publicly against their parents. Jill Duggar, in particular, has been very open about her decision to distance herself from her parents and their strict beliefs. She's written a book, shared her journey, and given several interviews. Jessa Duggar, while more reserved, has also expressed concerns about how she was raised. Jinger Duggar is another key player in this story. She's made headlines with her decision to move to California with her husband, Jeremy Volo, and to distance herself from the family's influence. It's clear that the Duggar children are carving out their own identities outside of the family's control. But with Shiny Happy People Season 2 coming soon, are these children's voices being drowned out by their parents' attempts to keep the family's image intact? Of course, we can't talk about the Duggars without mentioning the massive scandals that have plagued the family over the years. From Josh Duggar's arrest for child pornography to the family's ties to the IBLP's controversial teachings, the Duggars have been at the center of public outrage for years. And despite all this, they've managed to keep their public image intact, thanks to their massive social media following. But with the release of Shiny Happy People Season 2, it seems like the family's carefully cultivated image is about to face another massive test. The more the Duggars post and share their happy family narrative, the more it feels like they're trying to divert attention away from the very real issues that the series exposes. So, what's next for the Duggars? Will their social media blitz succeed in changing the narrative, or will the public's focus stay on the controversial aspects of their family's story? Only time will tell. But what we do know is that the Duggars are not backing down. They'll continue to manage their image and control their narrative as best they can. But with the release of Shiny Happy People Season 2, it's clear that the public's interest in the family is far from over. Alright folks, that's all we have for today. We hope this gave you a little more insight into what might be going on with the Duggars and their efforts to distract from the release of Shiny Happy People Season 2. Do you think the Duggars are trying to divert our attention? Or is all of this just a coincidence? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you want more deep dives into family drama and pop culture. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.